Tropicans, welcome back to Tropico 5. My name is Splattercat, and we are here. I figured out what the immigration is. I feel pretty happy with myself right now. So the immigration is a soft cap. Apparently 2,000 citizens is the most you can have, and so that's why it just starts dumping your citizens left and right the moment that you get over 2,000. And so the immigration, I'm so happy right now. It's not my fault. You guys have no idea how happy I am that it's not my fault and I didn't do something dumb on camera. I'm so stoked right now because I really saw, like, when I went in between episodes to go and look and see what I did wrong, I was like, damn it, I'm gonna look super stupid on the internet again. I mean, and it's almost a daily occurrence for me, but I figured, you know, at least we could go a couple days with me feeling like I was intact. But aha! I am vindicated today. Ooh, hello. There we go. Let's repair those, since apparently I forgot to do so. And what we want to do now is we're just going to hang out, and I, using my Tropican wisdom and being El Presidente, I have ripped time and space. I have destroyed the rules of the universe, and hopefully we will start getting immigrants now. Now, I added a 5,000 population mod that'll allow us to keep playing the game for a little while. Our approval rating is dropping off massively, and that actually makes a lot of sense now, given the light of the fact that we have a ton of jobs and things that are not being filled in based on the soft cap that Calypso Media has put in front of us. So this episode, we're probably just going to sit around for a little bit. And we're going to wait and see if our population grows in between our yearly cycles. And it looks like things are going up right now slightly. And so once we got enough workers, we can actually fix everything. Because at the moment, with it constantly getting rid of our workers, all the buildings that we're creating are not being utilized by anybody. And that's why our approval rating has been dipping off so strongly. So we'll find out in just a moment. I think it's May, so we've got a little bit of time left on our hands. We'll find out if the mod worked. We'll see if everything is nice and kosher, although, I don't know, that's kind of a weird proclamation. Nonetheless, we'll see if everything works out okay. How are these doing down here? Are these all working out? Great. I love it when my metro stations work out. You got to make sure that you're building up them guns. It's important for every metro station to be fit as a fiddle, although I've never really understood that saying because fiddles never struck me as being particularly flex-worthy. But you know what? Hey, whatever. I didn't make it up. I didn't make it up, so not me. Let's go ahead and increase our budget for our high schools. Oh no, we had another drop-off. Well, hopefully this mod works because I'll have to break off the series if we can't have more than 2,000 citizens because, quite frankly, that's boring and it's terrible game design. Like, why would you cap at 2,000 citizens when you're barely through the modern age? I mean, we're not even at the, we're at the beginning of the modern age. We've already capped out. I could have done it easily in the previous eras. So I'm really, really sincerely hoping that this mod will fix it up and we can start getting 60 or 70 people at a time again so we can start filling in these jobs, start making a little bit more money, and then also start filling in the housing problems. Let's have a look at our approval rating right now. It's almost December, and I think our immigrants come in December. I'm not specifically sure, but December seems like a great time to emigrate because you've got Christmas, you've got lots of festivities going on, you've got Yule logs crackling merrily while you drink large sums of alcohol and then open up free presents and gifts and stuff. And what could be better than being drunk and getting free stuff? Welcome to Christmas. Oh my god. Okay, and so our building permit earned us a little bit of money. We haven't really built a whole lot though. I'm still waiting to see if my update is going to come through that said that we got some more citizens, because I would absolutely love to have a few more people living with us here. There's plenty of room. I mean, we've got the buildings, we've got the jobs, we've got 22 citizens have arrived. Great, and so that actually appears to be working. Now, we are going to be dealing with deaths, etc., but let's go ahead and start working on happiness here. So we have 34 people who are unemployed. I mean, we've more or less got jobs for just about anybody that wants to step into a position once they get here. So we don't really have to play with that a whole lot. Now, homelessness is continuing to be a problem. And so what I shall do is let's have a look around. And we're going to try and identify locations where there are just shacks. And these are actually, those filled in really quickly, surprisingly enough. Let's just look for shacks. That's all that we care about right now. So we're going to spend pretty much an episode just kind of panning around for shacks. They're still there. Let's go ahead and demolish them, kick them out on their asses. Great, it was a crime lord that lived there. That's going to work out wonderfully. Shacks? I don't know where these shacks actually supposedly... Okay, so there's shacks right there, which means I could, I guess, add in a few houses on this side. We'll add that in right there. We'll go one right there as well, and then we'll continue to just drop houses in here. We'll put in, like, plants or something over there.
I finally put my foot down and called a plumber in to look at the pipes in the palace. The plumber started crying several times while working, but he told me that it's a good thing I called him, or we would soon no longer have been an island. Apparently, we were losing so much water that the worldwide ocean level was dropping by 2 meters per day.
Okay, and so now we can build more buildings that are dependent on water, namely hydroponic farms. Now, can I upgrade these to hydroponics? I can. And it only cost me 6,000. We'll go ahead and do it. Let's make this thing work. Go ahead and increase our productivity here. I mean, it's a little bit expensive, but we've got the cash because El Presidente always has your back. Ooh, 42,000 for those. I don't know if we can swing that right now. Let's give it a minute or two. And did these reset all of their budgets? They did. They reset all of their budgets. Lovely. Let's go ahead and recap out all the budgets just to make sure that people come back and start working. We are going to see a little bit of a deficit right there as we get a major spike in unemployment, and then we also get a probably major spike in homelessness. Oh, we need to do research. There's like things we need to do with science. We need to like move beakers around and clink glass and make things explode. For science and Tropico. We're going to invent the internet because pranos, and also unlimited information and Wikipedia to help me do all my college projects. They say you shouldn't use Wikipedia, but it's peer-reviewed now. It's peer-reviewed now. I resist that. I resist that. Okay, let's go ahead and modernize all of those. And then we also need to go through and increase their budget so that people will want to work there. And are these now just indoors? Can I double these? Does it all take place inside at this point? I think that it does. And so that actually leads us to kind of an interesting conclusion where we now have all this extra building space. We've never had this before. And this is in the middle of town, so this works out great. This actually bought me a whole bunch of space. Let's go ahead and drop in some roads. And let's go for a police station right now. I think that's going to be under welfare and media. And I bet you anything we need a police station around here somewhere. Oh no, that's actually looking okay. Our crime rate isn't so bad as I thought it might be. Well, all these dirty tourists are causing us problems. So let's go ahead and put in a police station so that the tourists will stop like robbing and raping and murdering each other. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to like taking their vacation right next to the police station, but they don't have an option now. They don't have an option. Ooh, 66% approval rating. Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's have a little look-see here and find out what people are upset about. So the religious are always upset. Hopefully, have we managed to expand out our communist faction at all? Because we did do that social... They want us to go back to immigrant nation. Okay. The environmentalists are still grumpy with us. God. Okay, well, there's not going to be much that I can do with them. The globalists we appear to be okay with. Can I go back on that right now? How long do I have? 10 months? Okay, so 10 months until we have to go back to being an immigrant nation. And that should fix up a few of our problems. Or at least make our lives a bit easier. But we're going to have to ride. A 66 approval rating is not bad. I mean, it could be a whole lot worse. With all this extra space we have, I'm going to put in a cathedral. Because the religious are always unhappy with me. And then I might also consider a supermarket. Because that'll help us distribute food a little bit better. And we've been having food quality issues. We've got a few more citizens, so 19 more. Great, we can start working our way towards the big ol' 5,000, which is the cap now that I've modded the game. I'm so pleased that that mod worked, because I was actually really, really concerned that I'd have to break off my... I have no interest in playing the game if the population cap is 2,000. That's just like such a ridiculously low population cap that I just stopped caring instantaneously the moment that I heard about it. I was like, oh, well, that blows. And I no longer want to play your game, which is a terrible thing to say because you sound like that terrible boyfriend who's just like, you're not pretty anymore, and just like abandons their girlfriend. But at the same time, the hell was that? Some people are protesting and they are unhappy with their life in Tropico. Well, you can go the hell somewhere else.
Now that the USSR is a thing of the past, let's start anew with Russia.
I don't know if I... Well, we'll have to boot out the EU because the EU is here. We'll praise the EU and then we will... Well, we're not going to kick them out, but we'll do the Russians in just a minute. Don't worry, Russians. We'll get you done in just a second. I know you're all ready for it, but we got to take our time here. And then I wonder if this would just allow me to expand out a little bit fast. Oh, you need a high school education, though. So that's problematic. On the face of things, that's problematic. Okay. So that's going to be the trade-off. I knew that there was going to be one. I knew that there was going to be one. Damn it. Okay. So we've got a major problem right here. We actually need... Well, I seem to have dug myself into a corner. I've made a terrible decision. We'll demolish that because obviously we don't need it anymore. We'll increase the funding of the college to keep people educating. Maybe put in another high school down here somewhere. Nobody's working at the supermarket because it doesn't pay them enough money. We're back up to 71% though, which is okay. Has it been 10 months? Let's check our constitution. Yay! We'll go back to immigrant nation. There we go. That makes the religious upset, but... Oh, we got an achievement. Fundamental principles. Okay, so I suppose that we're doing the nice thing according to the game. I'm thinking that means that we have free market, we have democracy, and we have immigrant nation. Although conscription... conscription's pretty common, actually. I mean, conscription is one of those things that almost always seems to be enacted whenever things start going wrong on the war front, so... Even countries that don't have conscription, I would guess if the nation was seriously threatened, would probably re-administer it. Just thinking about things that way. Well, with these hydroponic farms, we kind of have a little bit of an issue here. Let's start putting in a whole bunch of high schools to help us along. So we got a high school over there. I think a high school in here somewhere would probably be helpful. So we'll put another one in right there. And for now, we want to really kind of educate our citizens because lately they've just been saying all kinds of dumb stuff. They've been wearing their shades in news. They've been wearing their shades in news interviews and just being like, I don't think I should have to apologize. And just like saying all kinds of stuff. They've just been making all the ignorant comments you could imagine. People don't want to come to Tropico anymore because we've just been talking trash about everybody. And so let's educate. Let's make people more enlightened. I'm also going to continue retrofitting our metro system. So there it is. Let's go back and we'll drop another metro in right here. I love riding trains. It's a weird addiction for me. Riding trains, riding subways, people watching. I'm one of those people who's just sitting around on the train just like watching other people, just watching weird stuff happen and just telling people about it later. You have no idea how many of my stories on this channel have been fueled by just using public transit. Like if you ever want to start like a comic career or you want to start any type of funny career, just get a bus pass. Get a bus pass. That's the first place to start. And then just sit on the bus and watch funny stuff happen all day. Cattle.
My career as a weatherman is over. I promise.
Great. So we got a tornado coming in. And it's wiping out expensive buildings. Goodbye, cathedral. They prayed and prayed and prayed as hard as they could, but the tornado still hit the cathedral. What are you going to do sometimes? What are you going to do? Wow, that thing hit a lot of buildings. Hopefully it doesn't destroy anything, though. Please? I ask you nicely. Please do not.
I am back in the game.
Oh, okay. Apparently the cost of 6 people is $1,000. Because 6 people were killed and the international community sent us $1,000. That totally made the whole thing go away. Deposit depleted. Oil. Well, that's bad. I guess we can convert it to like biofuel. I mean, there's not a whole lot of hydroponic farms. And then what else can I do with this? We can go coal diesel. Yikes. Okay. Well, that might be problematic. Oh, we're out of power, too. How lovely and enjoyable. Did we run out of uranium? What's going on over here? Yeah, we ran out of uranium. Okay. Let me pause the game for a moment. And I thought I was importing uranium, but I could be very, very wrong here. Where was my uranium deposit? I know it was here. Iron. There's another iron. Coal. What are you? Bauxite? Okay, so you don't help me at all. You. Alright, well let's go back and we gotta manage our trade routes then. We got 5 ships doing their thing. And so with the canned goods going out, we're importing natural gas. We've got natural gas coming in from right there. We've actually got 2 ships. Okay, so that's how we have 5. We have 2 coming in from coal. We have 2 coming in from natural gas. Let me take a look at my power plants and see how we can fix this here. Okay, so we want to convert everything that we can to natural gas. So we've got a natural gas one right there. We've got natural gas right there. And then we need to import uranium. So we can drop both the coal imports. So we'll take the 2 ships off coal. And then we need more people on natural gas. And we need to import a lot of natural gas. So let's see what we can find here. We can import uranium from either Mexico or China. We'll start importing. I don't suppose there's any more natural gas that I can import. Oh, we can do even more from Venezuela. Okay. So we'll do even more from Venezuela, and then we'll get started with uranium from... We're not in good shape with the Chinese, so we'll take it from Mexico. Get it from good old Mexico. They've got us covered when it comes to our nuclear fuels. And so this may be one of the first times that we actually have a problem consolidating. We're still getting natural gas from there, but there's no power. We'll upgrade that to produce coal as well so that we can keep our power up. But as of right now, I don't see people being too happy with us just sitting in the dark. So hopefully at some point... Okay, so there we go. The power grid appears to be back online. Just took a little bit of a coal input right there. We can demolish this building since it's no longer doing us any good. We have no oil derrick near it. I'm going to start scanning the coast for any other fuel supplies that we might have. Although I don't think we've got a particularly oil-rich area. Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hopefully these jobs start to fill in as we educate our citizens. That's about the best that I can hope for there. Luckily, we've still got tobacco going on. We can modernize them, but I'm going to wait. Let's take a look at our approval rating, which has been taking a dive. I don't know if that's largely going to be due to the fact that we're in an election cycle right now. Looks like everything is staying fairly steady. Homelessness. Okay. Lots of high school jobs available, but not a lot of illiterate jobs. What might be interesting is if we can sneak back in and kind of double our raw resources right here. So let's say what I was thinking is we can go back in and pop in plantations all around these too. I mean, obviously your equitable farming space is a little bit lower, but it could potentially work. So if we go something like, no, not a mine, we go plantations for coffee like so, it's not quite so bad, and we get those jobs back. I mean, we may have to bulldoze these later on, but it might help us out a little bit. And obviously we still have a bunch of, what are these? Cocoa plantations. What are these? Hydroponics farms for corn. Okay. So we can come back down in here. Pineapple's not doing it for us. Sugar might do it. Tobacco's looking okay too. Drop a tobacco farm right there. So I like how you kind of want to have a little bit of everything. We'll go with some cotton right there. Can we build nanners anywhere? You can sort of build nanners up this way. Okay, so we'll go a couple banana farms up in here. We'll just make it work because we have no choice. We've got to spend some money right now because our approval rating is dropping due to the fact I'm willing to bet that it's due to the fact that we got rid of all of these lower class jobs. We can win without cheating. I'm not concerned about it anymore. Not even worried about it. Okay, and so our oil well just ran out too. That's very, very bad for us.
The election results, Harry.
We'll go ahead and pop those all up to max budget to make sure people are able to work. And that should help us recover a little bit once we get all these rebuilt and we start using some of this extra farming space in here. I mean, technically, while I'd love to have only hydroponic farms to make this thing work a little bit better, the fact of the matter in this case is that the reliance on high school educated labor is going to be a big, big problem for us in keeping these stocked with workers as of right now, so... And so we've got more people protesting. What are they unhappy about? We can buy the protests or we can send the army. I don't know particularly what they're unhappy about. I would assume that we can come back. Oh, it looks like they're the religious. Okay, so what are they protesting? Unemployed. So they want food. Oh, I didn't put in... I need a supermarket up here somewhere. I think that's the problem. They're saying that they don't have any food and that they haven't been fed, so maybe I should go back and do... Oh, maybe I'll just do a market then, since we look to be sort of out of electricity. Put in a grocery right there. And maybe another one over here. Okay, so there's a depleted deposit right there, so it won't let me put things in. No, that's ugly and I don't want it. That'll work. So hopefully that'll allow them to buy a little bit more food. All of our sugar plantations appear to be okay. Construction's not taking place on this side very rapidly. We've also got... Let me take a look at my buildings right now and see how many Teamsters unions I have, and then we'll break off the episode. So I need infrastructure. Teamsters unions, we got 14, so we need 7 more. We also could probably use a couple of construction offices over on this side since we're going to be building. So that's what we'll do in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for another episode of Tropico 5. I look forward to seeing you all in the concurrent episodes. I will see you there. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.